As many of us already know, today is the nationally celebrated Constitution Day. This day is in memory of the signing of the Constitution 218 years ago. However, the story of the Constitution begins long before September 17, 1787. Since the earliest colonists began establishing settlements on American soil, democracy was a treasure held very dearly to them. Various democratic governments were set up to maintain peace and order in this new world. At Plymouth, Massachusetts, a basic form of the Constitution was encapsulated in the Mayflower Compact. As time progressed, the means of governing became more sophisticated and complete. The early colonies set up state constitutions by which they were governed for many years. After the French and Indian War, the British government still controlled the 13 American colonies and decided to tax the Americans more heavily than ever before. The Americans were opposed to this because they had no representation in the British government. After more than a decade, the Americans saw that the only way to bring liberty and justice to these colonies was to create a new government, one that was controlled by all the people, not just the wealthy and aristocratic. A government that would promote freedom and hope, but also guarantee the rights that all men have inherently. The Founding Fathers used these reasons as a justification for the Revolutionary War. Even before the end of this Revolutionary War, it was recognized that a central government was necessary for the autonomy of the colonies. Thus, the Second Continental Congress adopted the Articles of Confederation on November 15, 1777. It would be another 3.5 years before they were ratified by all 13 states. Though the newborn states succeeded in gaining their independence and establishing a government, it became apparent that these articles would not support the fledgling nation without significant revision. Hence, the Constitutional Convention was called for in 1787. It was here that truly inspired individuals constructed the framework of the government piece by piece. Two of the more outspoken individuals were James Madison and Alexander Hamilton. Though they disagreed on various topics, they worked with the other delegates, such as George Washington and Benjamin Franklin, to try and iron out the rough edges. After a series of compromises, the Constitution was signed and submitted to the states for ratification. As of today, the Constitution has withstood the test of time. The Constitution is not only a work of pure political genius, but also stands as a beacon of liberty, justice, and hope for all the oppressed peoples of the world.